Hello, everybody, and welcome into Sunday, July 28, 2024. Ken Stott Live with the Zoom Homies. The Zoom Homies with Ken Stott Live. Man, let's see. We got William, Greg, Rich, Jeff. Oh, the two Jeffs are side by side. We cannot have that. That's not happening. All right.
How do we end up like that?
I just split the two Jeffs up, so that'll change that. Rich, Jeff Ryman, Josh Kinder, Chris I Eat Okra Garrett, and Darren Gilholm. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Jeff is trying to tell us something. How many syllables, Jeff? Tell us how many syllables.
Tonevalo said normal.
Oh, it is working. Okay. I didn't think I started that, but apparently I did. Yeah, it rained this morning and a little bit of rain right as the picnic was ending this afternoon. We drove through some good storming coming back.
Tony Wallow said happy birthday, Jim.
Yeah, I meant to turn that off because it's no longer Jim's birthday. So I've got to go figure out how to do that real quick as I get a cramp in my leg. That was not fun.
Ooh.
Otherwise, it was a good day here today. Didn't really do anything. Slept in. Did a little bit of background work. I did do the live stream of driving down the road, which last I checked had about 50 views on it, which was kind of interesting.
What was the 8 more days? Why you?
I didn't say anything about 8 days.
It said 8 days on the thumbnail.
Does it say 8 days?
I thought it did.
Only it says 1792, only 8 away.
Oh, 8 away. 8 away to what?
Well, what's 1792 plus 8? Chris is pulling his socks off and going 1793, 1794, 1795.
Yeah,
Well, you got your
1800.
1800, yes, correct. And what have I been stating for about the last 2 weeks? I would like to be at 1,800 subscribers.
Oh, okay.
By the end of July. And hopefully I will get there. I had 55 watchers today. Not as popular as the one to Illinois. Different time of the day for one thing. Different day of the week. But still, that's pretty solid numbers for a
Tony Wallow said happy
live
birthday,
stream.
Jeff Peal.
Oh, it's Jeff's birthday today. Is it your birthday today, Jeff?
No.
Pearl?
No, Bambo, baby.
All right, don't confuse an old man. I got confused enough today as it was. So Tony just said happy birthday to Jeff Pearl.
No.
If I unsubscribe then resubscribe, that still counts as one, right? Yes, it would. And yes. Is it your birthday today, Sam? Hello, Susanna Morgan, single mother. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Appreciate you being here and listening to us. You need to get on Zoom with us one time. Chris, or no, apparently, Ghetto, you are not correct. Who left? Somebody left. Darren left. No, Darren's still here.
I'm with both, baby, because they came in chat. I'm happy. Today's my birthday. I don't remember who.
Jeff Perlman.
We're coming up on a major fundraising deadline, and there aren't many more.
I'm hearing the TV. Who said it was my birthday?
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. What TV, YouTube? Background noise. How's that sound?
That was your VP speaking.
You know, I do not have a combat. You're talking about the Vice President of the United States?
Yeah.
Oh, well. You mean I need to end this and go watch that? Okay, so maybe it was Jeff. Jeff Pearl, did you leave?
Yeah, it's my stupid keyboard and mouse locked up.
Oh, okay.
I'm running 11 and I feel your pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Some of
hope. I haven't had that issue yet.
Okay.
Let's hope that I don't. Okay, so is today your birthday?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It was nice. We had a good time.
Happy birthday. How does it feel to be a year younger?
Feels a year younger. I don't mean, well, I wish it felt. Wish it felt about 20 years.
Tony
younger.
Vallo said happy birthday, Jim.
All right, I changed it now. Now give it a minute before it takes effect, and then try it again. Now go ahead and give the exclamation HB a shot there. Let's see what it says now. Oh, sure. Everybody jumps all over that.
I did a
You say
live
something?
stream today, but I don't know who birthday it was. Cause someone
OneFish26 said happy birthday naked
made my
Jeff.
birthday like happy
Wintermut
birthday.
Said happy birthday Naked Jeff. Rick Lex
That was
said
me,
happy
Josh.
birthday Naked
Josh,
Jeff.
you're very lucky.
Against our
Okay,
life said
it
happy
works. It
birthday
works. It
naked Jeff.
works. Jeff, you're going to have to go back and watch the first 5 minutes of the replay tonight and listen to SpeakerBot. Or if you've got, are you watching YouTube right now? Jeff Pearl.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was.
All right, turn your volume up.
Okay.
Mute your mic and turn your volume up. This
Right.
is your This is your birthday wish.
ケンスタウトライブセイドハッピーバースデーネイキッドジェフ
Tony Vallo said happy birthday naked Jeff.
It says "Happy Birthday, Naked Jeff" is what it's saying. Oh man, I wish I'd have known it was your birthday. I could have done something in Da Vinci today. Give me something to do.
Yeah, no problem. That's pretty.
I do know I have one coming up. And do what?
The accent too. That was going.
Yeah,
on.
the accents are. I've got to go. I've
Yeah.
got to go set those. I've got to figure out how to do that. Which I'm sure it's. I know that is not set to random, but for some reason, everything is working on random, and I
Okay.
don't understand that. But that's okay.
Yeah.
So, I have not heard from our boy south of the Mississippi other than at 9:30 this morning. He sent me a message saying he was going to church, and then he's off to camp. So. I guess he made it to camp because I haven't heard anything since.
Wintermute said Mrs. K.
Mrs.
I
K is in
find it
there eating. Go ahead,
humorous
Jeff.
that they actually confiscated his cell phone.
It would. It actually would be funny if we don't hear anything from him all week, and then come Friday, he's going to say, "Ken, you're not going to believe what happened to me." That would be funny. Yes.
That would be absolutely hilarious.
It actually would be pretty funny that, all this time I'm going to sneak it in, and then it gets confiscated. So, wish him well. Hope he has a good time.
Definitely.
Good for him. He needs a break. Needs to get away.
He does.
So, Jeff, I read part of the article about 13 and 14th generation chips, and it kind of makes me regret now buying what I bought, but I don't plan on doing any overclocking or XMP or anything like that on my machine.
It's the voltage that.
Yeah.
No, but we had thought it was just mainly i9s, and I guess it is mainly the i9s, but there's even an i5 that's been affected.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I did
It's
see
the
that.
random. It's more random on the other, like the earlier versions.
Yeah.
But i9 is definitely up on. Sorry to interrupt if I did, but
I don't completely understand it, but it's just you might not want to stress it until.
It makes me worry about my other machine. It's an i7 too. It's also 13th gen.
Oh, it is 13th?
oh,
I thought it was 11. The other one's 11th.
I don't know. I'm an old man. I'm forgetful. What am I doing here? What's going on?
where are we right now?
You're getting ready to listen to the thunderstorm coming through.
No. I've been listening to that since about 8 something. I didn't exactly glance too good at the clock, but at one point in time, it was coming down really good. The winds were up.
Ours is just starting.
Yeah. We sat there and watched the storms roll in. It was kind of cool because at one point in time, one set of clouds was moving west, which is weird. One set of clouds was moving east, which is normal. And then all of a sudden, they kind of stopped for a moment. And then it was almost like they were like, hey, we're supposed to be together. Then the clouds merged together, and then it started raining. There was no tornadic
There you go.
weather, but no lightning, no thunder, but massive amount of water came out of the sky.
You and Mrs. K were the second ones to arrive at the picnic thing, right?
Yes, we were second. And then
Engrish.
finally,
I remember just where you signed off.
yeah, I
up in the air.
do what, Chris?
It was probably windy up in the air, and it was called, and it changed directions or whatever.
Yeah, could have been. I found out today one of my classmates actually owned several planes, and at one point in time had his pilot license, and he no longer does, but he did. That was pretty interesting. Owns a lot of land here in Indiana, and he still farms, and sometimes he makes good money, and sometimes he doesn't make good money.
I have a good friend that's a rancher out in Kansas where I grew up. He used to have a second ranch in Arkansas. I don't know if he still does. But his saying was, some years I live off the bank, and the other years the bank lives off of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, does your friend, does he grow okra?
I didn't get around to asking him what his crops were, but I don't think okra grows well in Indiana. I'm not sure. A lot of corn, a lot of beans. I've seen sorghum in the southern part of the state. When I was a kid, they actually do grow sorghum here. But okra, was that an above ground or a below ground vegetable?
A lot of corn.
Yeah, there's a lot of cornfields. We brought home fresh corn, fresh tomatoes, fresh cucumbers, fresh zucchinis, and fresh potatoes out of my friend's garden today. Nice looking tomatoes, big. Oh man, I can't wait to eat some of those. And the corn looks good, and the cucumbers look all right. Mrs. K added to her cucumber salad. She did put tomatoes in there. They were super, super good. That little addition just made that so much better. And we had two versions of cucumber salad. Yeah, go ahead.
So cucumbers and onions is the basic salad?
And when we grew up, it was always cucumbers, onions, and vinegar. Yeah. And now
my mom used to make that. Onions and cucumbers and vinegar. I mean, not green onions, sliced onions.
You're right. Big old onions and sliced up.
And I guess I've seen tomatoes added to it as well. It is good.
There was Swiss cheese, Colby Jack, and there was another type of cheese, and I know they told us what it was, but it was good too. Big old Amish sourdough bread that we sliced for the sandwiches. And Mrs. K's Vietnamese lumpia went over real well, as in there's 3 pieces left over that I'm going to eat later on tonight. So it was a hit. It was a good. We were there 3 hours, so it was a good thing today. Really good thing.
Well, if you had to drive that far, I mean, it's not a horrendous long ways, but if you got to drive half an hour, 45 minutes, you don't want to do that and spend half an hour and then come home, you know?
No. And then the weird thing was I did not have to detour through the countryside this afternoon. I could have actually stayed on that road that said
even
road
though they
closed.
had the signs up?
The signs were up, and thank you. The signs were here. The signs were up. The barricades were up. Not right now. I'm on a live stream.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the sign that says live stream in progress. What was that? I'm sorry.
Sounds like the ones handling all the signage were just, I won't say lazy, but didn't think it was worth the effort to change the signs for the weekend and then put them back or something.
Probably too much trouble, actually,
Yeah.
to do that. When we came back, we actually stayed on that road all the way through. And it was kind of cool, too, because on the right side of the car, it was storming really good. And occasionally the car would get involved in that storm. On the left side of the car, bright, sunshiny, beautiful day. Depending on what part of the road was where, we were in a big storm, or we were in the sun. Sin Vicious makes a comment. Gen 10 Comet Lake is good enough for me. I'm sure he's talking about his processors. But yeah, it made me. I liked the article. It got me thinking. Oh my goodness, wished I'd have known
just
this
something
before.
to keep an eye on. they're supposedly going to issue a microcode fix, but who was it the other night? Somebody said that'll have to come through the motherboard manufacturers.
Well, the article read those. It's not BIOS updates. I read that as well.
Yeah.
But it also said it's not a fix. It's just somewhat of a preventative measure at this point in time.
Well, when I say the fix, I mean it supposedly will prevent damage if you don't already have it. If you already have damage, you're going to have to call Intel and get a replacement, basically.
Yeah, and Intel said, according to the article, at this point in time, they are not issuing a recall. So it definitely be worth keeping an eye on.
Forced into a recall at some point if there's enough stink raised.
Well, sure, and or enough people, complain about it. Sure. Yep.
I'm interested to see whether AMD will go ahead and release their new batch of them in the middle of August. That was supposed to happen August 1st, and they postponed that now after seeing what happened to Intel.
That makes you wonder, doesn't it?
So it's not, have to wait and see what happens there. It's not clear you would have done any better to have gone AMD the way things are going right now.
True. Very true.
Well, I mean, they're getting, what is it, Moore's Law that squeezes more and more stuff onto the chip.
Is that the problem, that they're getting too much on the chip?
I'm just wondering, if you get the circuits close enough, you start to get what they call quantum effects in the chips. And signals that can leak through from one part of the CPU into another and all that. And that's what they've been worried about. I'm just wondering if we're getting so many damn things on the chips now that almost all of them are going to have problems of some sort.
Does that mean we'll be sitting here one night on a Zoom session and we'll have some quantum leap affecting going on and we'll all be taken elsewhere?
Who knows? We'll have to see if it hits in south of the Mississippi and Pennsylvania.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's very true. We had 11 people watching and 6 likes. That's over 50%, so that's good. Now it's 10 people with 6 likes, so that's still over 50%. That's good.
7.
Yes, Greg.
7.
8. I don't know. Mine shows 10 right now, but it's going to vary. I mean, we did a cool thing today, sort of, kind of accidental. When I use the phone, I put it on a tripod so that I'm hands-free, and I can't read the screen. I can see the name barely the name is on my side, but I can't read it in the message. Mrs. K was trying to read the message, and then it dawned on me, she's got a cell phone. She's subscribed. She can see the whole thing if she starts her phone. So we did that.
Yeah.
And her numbers, do what, Ghetto?
That's what my aunt was trying to do when I live streamed over the weekend. When I live streamed on Saturday, my aunt was like, well, can't you live stream from my phone? No, because then I would have to start the live stream all the way over.
Yeah, you could do it, but you would have to start the stream over, sure. But she was watching the comments for me on her phone. She wasn't watching the stream. She was, I mean, she couldn't see them. So, and the same thing was happening. The numbers on the phone would say 6 people watching. Hers would say 8 or 9 people were watching. And it kind of bounced around pretty good there for a while. But I know at one point in time there was about 10, and that's excellent. Right now, I just checked the numbers. There's 55 people that have watched that video, which is good. That is good. Anytime I get a video that's over 50, I'm happy. That's for me, and where I'm sitting right now, those are great numbers. So, and I appreciate everybody that was there. Nate, I can't think of what his name is. Nate the Great, I think, 2009. Said
Nate the Man, 2009.
Oh, Nate the Man. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Said he's only 15. So, makes sense. His name says Nate the Man, 2009 today. So, anyway.
Yeah. I think it was some combination of the movement of the camera and the weak signal in spots. Your screen looked pixelated at times, or
Yep.
like you were having a lot of rain on the windshield.
Yep.
But when you
Nope.
stop, everything cleared up.
Yeah, no rain going down there. And I almost thought about doing it coming back, but I decided not to. And now I made the comment, I don't know if you guys heard me say this or not. I watch a guy that he drives a truck and he shows his whole route every day. He went through a tunnel that was, I think he said it was the Chesapeake Bay Tunnel, I think. Never lost a signal. And it was a live stream. Never, because I'm like, oh, he's going in this tunnel. This is going to lose its signal. It almost has to lose its signal.
They might have 5G, or they might have cell antennas inside the tunnel.
That's a possibility, sure.
Just for emergency.
Or just for live streaming purposes, either
Yeah.
one. But yeah. I know what you're saying, Chris. Yeah, that's a good possibility. I watch a guy that live streams out of New Mexico driving down the road, which, by the way, is beautiful. I don't know where he goes in New Mexico, but I've seen some beautiful scenery on his live streams. And no loss of signal, no pixelation, no nothing. So, all right, I finally got an answer from our good buddy Tim. He actually was up in Oshkosh, Wisconsin for the air show. He just now answered me. So, cool. If you happen to be watching, Tim, I'm waiting for the pictures. I don't know if Tim's watching or not. I'm going to send him a message.
The Tim Sowell?
Yeah, Tim Sowell.
Okay, yeah.
Well, either that or went up there to the overall factory.
Yeah, Oshkosh, Bagosh.
Yeah, there you go. That's on my bucket list. Mr. Gates can answer all those questions on Doug's show. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I did a couple of live streams over the weekend.
I know you did one on Call of the Wild, and
Yeah,
you
I
did
did that
one
one.
of walking.
Yeah, I
Right?
did one with walking. I did one with Fortnite too.
Oh, you did one of. Oh, so you didn't change the title. You used the title of Call of the Wild, but it was a Fortnite.
No, I did Fortnite with
So you did 3.
yeah.
All right. Thank you, Wintermute. Drop the link over there. It says Verizon Wireless activates new cell site serving travelers in the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. Maybe I need to get a hold of Verizon and have them put something out here in the great flat state of Indiana so that I don't lose my signal. I don't know. That sounds kind of selfish, though, doesn't it? Get a hold of my sister, and she's a Verizon person. I'll tell her to get a hold of her phone company and have them fix it.
The Fortnite one was done a couple hours ago.
All right.
I'm at 359 subscribers.
Yeah, I went to bed finally this morning, and I was sitting at 1789, and I told Mrs. K, I said, I fully expected to be back to 1788, 86, somewhere in that neck of the woods when I wake up this morning. 1792, and that's where I'm still sitting. So, knock on wood, hopefully it stays that way. It's just a personal goal. It means absolutely nothing. I don't get any kind of reward from YouTube or anything of that nature. It's just a goal I've set for myself to obtain. We'll see if it happens or not. Hopefully it will. We will see. Ooh, mercy. That's about it. Robert has FirstNet and Verizon all the time. All right. Sorry, not enough customers there. I've been pleased with T-Mobile up until, and today, I mean, it's going to happen. I'm live streaming, and we were not really down a hill or up a hill or in an area where we shouldn't have lost the signal, but we lost the signal. And then I pulled off. I did the responsible thing. I actually got off the road and reconnected it and got back on the road. I need to teach her, Mrs. K, how to restart the stream when it disconnects. That could be fun. I'll just put it that way.
The coverage is a lot better than it was 20 years ago.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I can remember I was with Sprint then. And
Yeah.
we would go to Kansas to visit relatives, and it was just hard to find any place. Interstate 35 runs northeast, southwest through Kansas at one part. And if I was within 2 or 3 miles of it, I would have a signal because that's where Sprint had their towers, was up and down that particular interstate.
Right.
And at my uncle's house, it was just a few miles from that. If I was lucky, I could get a weak signal, but I would go anyplace else and I couldn't.
It's like
now you get signal almost any place.
Right. When we went to Illinois, we lost it. Where we lost it is really mind-boggling to me because that was just literally right outside the city of Indianapolis on the loop. And then I don't know when it came back because, again, I got off the highway up on the shoulder, off the ramp on the shoulder and turned it back on. I don't know. I don't get it. One dog says, I am here having a little bit of situational turmoil, which is stressful. I don't know if I took my insulin shot or not. Well, check your blood sugar and then try to remember if you took your shot or not. Hopefully everything will work out for you and be good. So good to see you here. I hope you get to feeling better. I am going to wrap it up a little early. It is 10:27. If you want to join us on the Zoom, address is on the screen. Send me an email. We'll get you the credits. And the credits do work. Isn't that right, Jeff Pearl? Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha. I ran out of things to say. Am I still on Zoom? Yes, I am. All right, let me go find OBS and wrap this up. I want to thank everybody generically on YouTube as well as on the Zoom. Thank you guys so much for being here each and every night. I do appreciate it. I was so afraid that we were not going to get the stream in tonight due to the weather. Thankfully, the weather cooperated. And I'll tell you why that was. I went outside. I looked up in the sky. I said, do you know who my Vietnamese wife is?